to you, Robert, to give you the opportunity to complete your thought.
Yeah, in a summarized summary, what I'm saying is, and going back to the question you said, is there anything good that the RPF have done? Oh yes, absolutely yes. Since then to today, to me as a citizen, as a voter, I look at the services that have been rendered to me or to my families or to other people, and therefore I say, you know what, they have really performed.
And is that across the board? Because some people, in fact, have been talking about perhaps a miracle economy, miracle development taking place in Rwanda, the land of the southern rolling hills, something that some, in fact, have tried to compare, of all places, Singapore. Lee Kuan Yew, Singapore.
I will leave that. I'll look at what I read and what the indicators that the World Bank, IMF, and other institutions gave as far as the economic development is concerned.
What about the indicators that would reflect the stomachs of the people?
Exactly.
And the reality in the different neighborhoods in Rwanda?
The lives of the people. I'll go back to my own village. Even recently, the World Food Program said that Rwanda is no longer on the list of the people that need to be supported on food, because Rwanda is secure as far as food is concerned.
And your village is?
What's that?
Your village is?
The village is in Mutara.
Mutara, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
The cow country.
Cow country and also farming. And also the people, the happiness, the face value, when you look at the people, the face value, what do you read? When you go to Ruhengeri, when you read on the face value, of course not everybody is happy, but at least there's a tremendous progress. When you read on these reports and you tell you the GDP per capita or the GDP, the gross rate and everything, and then you translate that into the face values of these, our own people actually, where we come from. To me, I think, honestly speaking, and I compare within the time framework, and they say, oh, how was it in 1995, for example? And I remember those faces. Today, it's quite different.
93, the country was experiencing war. 95,
I mentioned 95.
Well, they just came out of war, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even 99, even 2000. I go to Rwanda like every 3 months. I'm in Kigali. And I travel towards even where we live. Even deep in Butare, I moved. Recently, I was in one of the provinces in attending one of the Gachacha court. I looked at people, they are free people. Like when you go down in Ruero, pretty much they're the same. They are poor. You go to the neighbor, ask for the salt, and that's amused me actually.
You're talking about, you mentioned interestingly about Gachacha, and yet if you read a lot of these international human rights reports, for example, you know the conclusions they have reached. I don't have to tell you.
I think this is
You are a lawyer?
Shaka, this is the thing. And he knows because he was in the service in Rwanda, then probably I came to grasp this. But what happened in Rwanda was very extraordinary. And some of the solutions are very extraordinary as well. And I think the gentleman probably will have a talk. What happened in Rwanda was extraordinary. You and I believe in it. Some of the solutions were going to be extraordinary.
I covered a bit of that civil war, whatever you may want to call it, by the way.
Right. But what I'm saying, the solutions, nobody will be coming up with a mathematical formula to solve what had taken place. Therefore, some of those international conclusions, I presented a paper on that thing. I remember when Gachacha, the organic law was coming into place. First of all, I was like, are these people crazy? How can you come up with such a law? Because it was back in the days, I was having those emotions and everything. But at the end of the day, I was like, I think what happened was extraordinary. And therefore, the answers, some of them are going to be very perplexing and extraordinary, and people have to take it.